Okay, so in previous class we discussed till I exercise, sorry, F exercise, and G we supposed to do. That was your homework also. So let's start from G. Now raise your hand for the first. Bud grows in size. A new organism grows independently. A bulb-like projection is formed. The bud separates from the parent. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. And you people keep your mic mute. Mute your mic, and when I ask you to say something, only one hand is raised. Rest students have. Yes, we are right now on the exercise D, and that was supposed to be the homework of whole class. And I don't know how many of you done. Two hands I can see here out of around 30 student or 32 student, only 2 student. Last time in my class around 30 students were there, and I asked for this to do as a homework. Anyway, so Nabiha, you tell me first one. Hmm. 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 That's good, mashallah. Now the next one. Raise hand for the second point. Pollination, seed and fruit formation, male and female gamete formed, and fertilization. Okay. Sadia, yes, you tell me. Where is fertilization? You have to, here you just look at the second point of the exercise. Here four parts are there. You have to arrange. So in this pollination, seeds and fruit formation, male and female gamete formed, and fertilization. Hmm. After pollination. So why are you adding from your side? Whatever is written, you tell that only. Male and female gametes form, so the fertilization occurs, and after fertilization, what happens? Seed and fruit formation. I'm not asking you to elaborate. I'm asking you to numbering it. Give the number to each point. That only I'm asking. Got it? It's not a question of elaboration. It's just a question to numbering it. Okay. So after pollination, what happened? This male and female gamete form means like the male gamete was there in the pollen grain only, and then it comes into the pollen tube, and then it reaches to the ovule where the egg is there, and then fertilization. So here no need of elaboration. Here you just have to numbering. The first is pollination, second is male and female gamete formed, and then the fertilization. This process is after the formation of the male and female gamete, they are fused, that is fertilization, and then after fertilization, what happens? The seeds and fruit formation occur. We know that after fertilization, the ovary changes into fruit, and the seeds changes into the the ovule changes into the seed. So that is what. So you just have to numbering it. No need of elaboration. Understood? Now the third point. Raise hand for the third point. Sperm fused with egg. Release of egg by ovary. Formation of zygote. sperm reach oviduct? You just have to number according to the sequence in which series they are occur. Mehtab Nadir. Okay. Sheikh Vidyan, which one is the first one? Vidyan, am I audible to you? Sheikh Vidyan. Ukasha. Ukasha. Rayan Khan. Rayan. Amar Zahid. This is good. At least response is there. And I'm suspicious about these students. Those are not response. They are not giving response. I'll tell in office. I'll call their parent. Why the response is not there? Are you there in the class or not? So here, Umra, you tell me yes. Number one is of three. Yes. Which one is the number one of third? Question third. Umra. Umra. Okay, Fatma Zafar. Third one. Third one, yes. Hmm. Hmm. So the first one is release of egg by ovary. Then second one is sperm reach oviduct. Okay. And then the third one is sperm fused with egg. And the fourth one is formation of zygote. Yes. Now you are telling. When I was calling you, you didn't respond. Okay. Now the fourth one. You tell, okay. Umrah. Fourth one. Yes. Hollow ball fixed in uterine wall. Zygote changes into hollow ball. Fertilization. Development of embryo. Just numbering it. So the fourth one, the first one is, yes, Labib, you tell me. Yes, fourth one. Very good. Fertilization. Second. Yes. 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 Good. Very good. So here the first one is a fertilization and the second one is zygote changes into hollow ball and then the third one hollow ball fixed in uterine wall and then the fourth one development of embryo. Okay. Now let's start section second. Give reason for the following. Now raise hand for it. Okay. Don't do like this. Just raise your hand. Don't speak in between. Whoever want to give answer, just raise your hand. I'll give you chance. Okay. So the give reason for the following. The first one is sexual reproduction. Gametes are not involved. Who will give answer? Muhammad Umar. Muhammad Umar. Hmm. Give me the reason for this first one. Why? Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Means their fusion is not necessary, sexual reproduction not occur. So if fusion is not occur, only one parent is involved because the one parent is involved to produce the young one. So there's no need the formation of gametes in this. So there's no need to involve the gametes in this asexual reproduction. Got it, everyone? Hmm. So fusion is not required, and only the one parent is involved in the fertilization or the reproduction. So that's why. Another is comb, rhizome, tuber, and bulb are soil structure. Hmm. Comb, rhizome, tuber, and bulb are soil structures. Reason? Yes, okay. Yes, yes, Sadia, yes. Very good. Because they are modified to store the food. All of you note down this, okay? They modified to store food. That's why they are the swelling structures. Okay, note down everyone. And then the third one, the testes are the primary reproductive organ of the male body. Yes, yes. Hmm. Because they actually the main gametes or the male gametes they are released by the testes and the hormone also. The male sex hormone also released by testes, testosterone. Now the fourth one, pollen grain of insect pollinated flower have hooks or spines. Okay, Munazza, yes, you tell me. Hmm. Hmm. So that they can just stick or they cling to the animal's body and which helpful in pollination. Good. Now the next one explain the following terms. So these terms I think you will can do it. Budding, fragmentation, spore formation, or do you want to discuss here? Yes. So there's no need of discussion of this. Explain the following terms because these all terms are there in the book and you can write about it. Now here the differentiate the following pair based on the terms mentioned in brackets. So here you have to differentiate spore and sporangium and on the basis of which point function. What is the function of a spore and what is the function of a sporangium? Yes, Labib, what is the function of a spore? Hmm. What is the function of? Yes. Hmm. Store or produce both. Good. So, spore are the agent of asexual reproduction, or you can say they are the minute structure which, on the favorable condition, they form the young one. They'll be changing into the young one. And the sporangium is a sac-like structure in which the spores are stored and formed. Anyway, the next one, ovary and testis. Location means you have to tell where they are located in the body. Ovary and testis. Muhammad Adib. Muhammad Adib. Yes, okay. A bit louder because you're not audible at all. Okay, Manaza, you tell. Hmm. Hmm. Outside the abdominal cavity. Okay, now the third one, zygote and embryo. Yes, Umra, you are very much in tension. Tell me, yes, what you want to tell? Zygote and embryo? Tell. Not only the human body, when the zygote start undergo in repeated cell division, then it forms the multicellular structure that later on changes into the young one. So embryo is the what you can say, the structure which form after the repeated division of zygote, and that later on changes into the young one. Okay. Yes, Mehtab Nadir. Fourth one. Wind pollinated and insect pollinated flower. 4th point. This wind pollinated and insect pollinated flower feature. Okay. Very good. Very good. So wind pollinated flower, they actually small in size. They are not the petals are not attractive in color. They not produce fragrance and what you can say, the nectar. But insect pollinated flower, they produce nectar. They are good scented. They are attractive colors. Petals are of attractive colors. They are showy, the bigger in size, so that insect can attract toward it. Okay. Now the next exercise, define all these terms: cross pollination, unisexual flower, artificial propagation, sexual reproduction, and fertilization. So here these all you can define, means you can write about it. Or will I discuss right now, because these are the terms which are there in the chapter? And yes, okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Now move on to the short answer question. What is reproduction and why is it important for living organisms? So, Dua, yes, you tell me. Dua, Dua. Am I audible to you, Dua? You raise hand. Raya. Yes, she is telling. Hmm. Hmm. Should help to continue to the species or the clan. Yes, what are you saying? Yes, of course. This you can add. Means if the reproduction would not be there, then the all species will be extinct, and because they are not capable to produce the offspring or the young one. So at last, all species will be finished. So it helps to continue to the other species on the earth or the clans on the earth. So this helpful to what you can say to sustain life on the earth. You can say because if the reproduction will not be there, then at one time all species will be what you can say extinct. Now the next one, what is binary fission? Name an organism that carries out binary fission. Shema. Yes, tell me. Mm-hmm. Hmm. 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 You can write amoeba or bacteria, any. But here the binary fission is also you told correct. Means when the single cell undergo division and it forms the two, then it is called binary fission. Bi means two and fission means to break. When the one parental cell is break into the two daughter cells equal two daughter cells, then it is called binary fission. An example amoeba or bacteria, whatever you can give. Now the third one, name one female and one male reproductive hormone. Where are they produced? Yes. Okay. What I supposed to this which question I was asking? Third one, no? Name one female and one male reproductive hormone. Where are they produced? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, that's fine. Let me check who raised the hand. Yes, Rayan Khan. Rayan Khan. You raise hand, then also you are not giving any response. Ukasha. Ukasha. Hmm. Yes, tell me the answer of this question. Hmm. One only you have to tell. Male also. Male hormone. Yes. And where are they produced? Okay, tell. That is produced by ovary. Now male hormone. Male hormone is released by the testes and with hormone name. Testosterone, yes. The male reproductive hormone is testosterone, which is released by the testes, and female reproductive hormone is the progesterone or estrogen that is released by the ovaries. So one is released by ovary, another is released by testes. Okay. Now what is the function of a flower? Labib. Let's give another also chance. Hmm. Who is there? Labib, yes. Hmm. What is the function of a flower? Yes, Zaira. Okay, tell. Okay. Function of flower is reproduction. Hmm. Why? Because. Okay, yes, you also tell. Nabiha. Hmm. Let her complete. Hmm. Hmm. Because its function is the reproduction. Why? Because they having the both male and female organs are there. So here it is a site for the fertilization. You can say. So it's a reproductive part of a plant. Okay. Now the next question: name the four whorls of a flower. Uh, Sadia. Sadia. Hmm. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Name the four whorls of a flower. Yes, Sadia Sadaf. Hmm. Calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Now the next question. Wait a minute. So, so the answer of the fifth one is the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Now let's move to the next question. That is six. What are the three part of a carpel? Abdul Awwal, Abdul Awwal, Abdul Awwal, Abdul Awwal. I will do it. Hmm? Yes. Style. Stigma style ovary. Okay. Now the next question. Write three feature of water pollinated flower. So you have to tell three feature of water pollinated flower. Yes, Fatma Zafar. Seventh question. Three feature of water pollinated flowers. Hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. So three feature of water pollinated flower. They are small in size. They are not showy. Their petals are not colorful, and they produce pollen grain in more amount. Fine. Now let's move to the next part, that is long answer question. So the first question, state the advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation in plants. At least 2 2 or 3 3, because it's a long, at least 2 2. It's a long answer question. Yes. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Very good, mashallah. So what are the advantages? Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yes, of course. So, advantages and disadvantages, many are there, and you can write at least two or three. So, first advantage is that it is a rapid and easier, and of course, it's a cheaper method also. Another that whatever the means, it's a same copy of the parental cell or the parent. So, whatever the desired features are there, the same we will be getting in the what you can say, the young one or the new offspring. So the same desirable character we can get with means because in vegetative propagation or in asexual reproduction, the offspring or the young one is the exact copy of the parent. So here, flowers produced are of superior quality. Advantages more are also there, but you can write two or three can be. Now disadvantage of vegetative propagation. Disadvantage is that only because it's a true copy or the exact copy of the parent. So if any sort of weakness or any character which we are not which we don't want, that cannot be eliminated. Or if the parental cell is having some disease or suspicious to some infection, then it goes to the offspring or the young one also, so that cannot be eliminated. These are what you can say, some disadvantages. Now move on to the next question. Describe the process of budding in hydra. Yes, Mohammad Adib. Hmm. Mohammad Adib. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, okay. Tell me. No, not fully mature. When it attains the same shape, then it detaches. When it gets the exact shape of the parent body, then it detaches. Later on, it attains maturity after detaching from the parental body. Understood? The maturity it attains when it detach from it. Hmm? Okay. Good. So, process of budding is that the outgrowth is formed due to the repeated cell division occur at a specific point, and then it later on it increase in size and it attain the same shape as of parental body. And when it attain the same shape exactly, it becomes the same. Only the size is different, so that it detach from the parental body, and later on it grow and it attain maturity. Now the third question, how and under what condition does multiple fission occur in amoeba? Okay. Amoeba. Amoeba. Hmm. Cyst. Cyst. Hmm. Cyst. First, the pronunciation of it is cyst. Yes, very good. Okay. Yes, good. So this multiple fission occur in the amoeba in the harsh weather or the unfavorable condition when the availability of food is not there, or the factor which are necessary for their germination and growth that are not there, then the hard cyst or hard covering form around the cell membrane. Then what happens? This nucleus undergo repeated cell division. The one nuclei changes into the many nuclei, and every nuclei surrounds by the cytoplasm. Means that not only the nucleus divides, cytoplasm also divide, and it's what you can say surround each nuclei. When the favorable condition comes, this cyst break, and all nuclei with the cytoplasm they exposed to the environment. They come out, and then they changes into the amoeba. So this is multiple fission. Now describe the different type of underground stem, giving an example of each. Yes. Okay, tell. Sadaf, yes. Sadaf, tell. So in this question actually you have to write about all the underground stem, and you have to give their example also. Means the different type potato, yes, tuber potato, rhizome ginger, and bulb onion. Hmm. Hmm. And so rhizome, tuber, bulb. You have to explain all these three terms in this. Fine. Corm also. Corm also. That is glandulous. Example of corm is glandulous. So all four you have to explain. Now move on to the next part. So now let's move to the next part. Okay, describe the human female reproductive. Hmm? Yes? Yes? Corm is glandulus or calocasia. Example I'm telling you, corm, glandulus or glandulus or calocasia. They're the example of corm. Hmm. Here, wait a minute, Umra. In this, the question 5 and question 6. In this, you have to explain the female reproductive system. Means all the organ of the female reproductive system and the male reproductive system. You have to explain. So you have to write about all the organ of the reproductive system, male and female. So this you can do. All the things are there in the book. Okay. So note down from there. Now the seventh one, draw a flower and describe the different part of a flower. This is also you draw the flower and then you describe all the part of the flower, means all four worlds you have to describe. You have to write in detail about it. No, just I'm moving quickly because they are means the question, they are elaborative question and they are there in the book. Means the different part you have to draw and then you have to write about it. In the male and female reproductive system also, there also you have to draw the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system and then you have to write about it. On the seventh one is also you have to draw the diagram of a complete flower which is having all four whorls and you have to describe all four whorls. Then 8, what is pollination? Describe the feature of flower that is pollinated by wind, water and insects. So here what you have to do, you have to explain the pollination. What is pollination? The transfer of pollen. Okay, tell me. Style? Style, not style on. No, 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 not style. Stigma, yes. And it's not necessary that should be to the another flower. Sometimes it happen in the same flower also. Means transfer of pollen grain from anther of same flower to the stigma of the same flower. Means this can be done in same flower also. Understood? And here you have to write feature of all the means wind pollinated, water pollinated and insect pollinated flower. By water also, by insect also. All three, 2, 3 what you just explain it, it's not much about it. Whatever the point related to the wind pollinated flower or water pollinated flower or insect pollinated, you all explain all. Then the ninth one, draw label figure of an egg and a sperm. Egg and a sperm, yes. Why not? They are they describe. It's written describe. It's written describe. Describe means to write about it in detail. But in fifth and sixth is not written draw the diagram. But I'm asking for it. Their description describe the male and female reproductive system. Description you have to write about it. You have to describe it. You have to write about it. But you have to draw also. Here I am telling you to draw the diagram also in these two questions. Now draw labeled figure of egg and ovum, and for that you have to write also because it's a long answer question. There you draw and a little bit you describe also. Okay, write about it also for the sperm and the ovum or egg. Now the next part, picture study. That picture study we can continue in the next class because its time is 25 around 12:25. So we'll start this picture study in the next class, and You have homework of this till long answer question. The next part we'll discuss inshallah in the next class. Right now this is your homework to complete your till the long answer question. If you have done, that's very good, and those have not done, start doing now, and inshallah I will assign the work there on the app. There you can post, there you can post your work. Okay, so complete it positively. Okay. Walaikum assalam.